All done at the barn. I told everybody we were going to talk about. Oh, do you have the sets? Because I forgot who trained. I can just say.
You screwed them all up.
I didn't. I told you. No, hold on. I told you I wanted to go Time Is On My Side first. I didn't realize that Harry's other horse was in the second. He followed me out and then proceeded to blame me. It wasn't my fault. So what had happened was Amy had made up sets last night, but I wanted to go with Time Is On My Side in the first set and J-Port Beach Boy in the second. So I went out with Time Is On My Side, right? We get out there, or I'm going on the track. Somebody says, hey, J-Port's supposed to be in the first with you. I said, no, just put him in the second. Anyway, Harry's horse in the second, come out in the first. Who cares? We're all going the same speed. And Time Is On My Side was very strong. Actually, you know, we've gone through the trouble of, James has, and I have too, gone through the trouble of racing him covered up. Today I put him on the front, and I sparked him up a couple of times. He was very, very good in training today. Really impressed with what I saw from him. Harry likes him. He's in Harry's barn right now. Harry likes him. I like the horse also, and I was happy with what I saw from him today. Actually, everybody in that set, do you have the set pulled up? You didn't get that memo?
Yeah, but it's not the one. It's not the one that
I see.
down.
It's not hard to change it because it's pretty simple.
Bruno
was good. Johnny said he was sound and he was good. That's good. So, again, Bruno's feet bothered him quite a bit, which is weird. This track is soft. I don't understand why we've had a couple of horses like Seasons of Love. We'll talk about her, but in a minute. But sore-footed horse, and Bruno's feet were sore too. He's wearing window bar now. Johnny said he starts out just a peggy, just for a couple of steps, and then he's fine, which again would indicate his feet. He trained well. Johnny said he was good. Who else was in there?
Mick Paisley.
Mick Paisley was good. Danny finished up behind us. We have Mick Paisley back in to qualify. I told everybody we're going to race her. We're going to do this. We didn't qualify her last week. We trained her. I understand it sounds a little, well, it is what it is. It's very fluid. It's a very fluid situation right now to get the horse into qualifier and to race. There's, we could have went to Grand River on Monday, but I opted for Mohawk's qualifier on Friday instead. I'm here. That does play a role. I'm here. I want to go with her. I want to know what we're dealing with. And when you see, we'll talk about Paycheck Princess had raced. I honestly, I thought everybody had just canceled. And then I get in the car and Paycheck Princess was on. Put her on the front. You know, not really where I'd like to see that filly today. Put her on the front. She got weak on the end of it. Running in. Did she have mucus? Was she sick? We have to go through that whole protocol. You know, especially for 2-year-olds first start. How does she scope? What does her blood look like? Have the veterinarian go over and see what he thinks. But as I said to Tim, regardless, I'll be there next time to race Paycheck Princess with the open bridle. Is she waiting for horses? Because when Scott drove her, she was very aggressive on the front the day that I beat him with Born to Dance. But since then, with the open bridle on, kind of so-so. So maybe do we put a can't see back or a hood with cups on her? Or do we just go back to a closed bridle? But all this only matters if she gets a clean scope, clean blood work, and then we can start worrying about tinkering with her equipment. First things first, we have to answer those questions, and neither of them are answered yet. So a flat mile from her today. How did I get to her?
Somehow from Mick Paisley.
Oh, I wanted to go with her. Right. So Mick Paisley, I want to go with on Friday. I'm going to qualify her Friday morning here with Seasons of Love. Obviously not together, but with Seasons of Love also on Friday. Okay, who was next? Alibaba was very good. Mario likes his filly a lot. We'll probably requalify her Friday and maybe even race her once. I think Jim said the first stake race is August the 6th.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. So we can race her whenever we want. You know, that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, Illinois. Everybody just assumes she's not as good. She trained down with our best group of horses. She is a very good filly. Anyway, next. That was it. So Time Is On My Side I went with. I was really, really happy with him. No, Watch Your Mouth was in that set also with Harry.
Oh, okay.
Harry said left line a little bit, but he had a Murphy on the inside. He said, we just take the Murphy off. It seemed a pretty easy fix. I know, this guy is literally... That'll be me when I get older,
No,
I think. That's a cool car.
I don't think you
Here, let's just show. Amy's a little perturbed because this gentleman in... what kind of car is that? It's a... I can't read it either. I know he's putting his blinker on to go around him. I'll go around him. Old guy out for a Sunday drive on Wednesday. Pretty cool car, though. Anyway, so set 1 was really good. Set 2, who did I go with in set 2? J-Port Beach Boy. He trained, so Punch the Clock and Widespread Panic trained 1 mile and 25. Widespread Panic trained hard on Saturday, as did Punch the Clock. Punch is qualifying Friday. Widespread Panic is not qualifying Saturday. I just said go a mile with them, and then I went another half with J-Port Beach Boy. A little sulky today. The Beach Boy today. I think we'll re-qualify him on Saturday. Put a hood with cups on him. He, the first time we put the open on him, it sparked him up, but now he's like, I see you. I'm not going to do anything. So he was just being a little lazy today. We'll put the hood with cups on him and qualify him on Saturday. But mechanically, he was doing his work very, very well. I had trained Seasons of Love today, just a quarter. She trained yesterday. I told everybody, here's the line, right? On the left side of that line, Seasons of Love is got a real high gate, little out of gear. Hobbles might be on a little tight on that side of the fence. On the other side of the fence, she gets out of gear and paces and makes a break. That fence line is very thin, and we don't want her straying to the left or to the right, and it's hard to keep her on that fence line. Today, I think we know what we're going to do for Friday. I'm going to qualify her on Friday. She's going to need a little added weight up front. And I had asked Dr. Bozenjack to maybe come and look at her. I think her feet are good now. Shelby has done a great job with her feet. And did you just see that?
Yeah.
Is that lady wearing a motorcycle helmet on a bicycle?
It's like an e-bike, so they go a little faster than regular bikes.
So she has to wear... She looked like she was from Tron, the movie.
No, she doesn't.
The full screen.
No, she doesn't have to wear that.
That's embarrassing. I would never do that. I literally would hitchhike before I rode that bike with that helmet on. Embarrassment. Anyway, what were we talking about? Seasons of Love. I'll go with her Friday. I think we got her good. It's very tricky to keep her on that fence line, but I think we got her there. I'll qualify her on Friday. I'd asked Dr. Bozenjack to come and maybe look at her stifles. Her feet are good. Her knees are good. Mechanically, she's good. But she does stray. She'll run in a little bit in the turns, run out a bit in the straightaways, hugs that left shaft a little bit. Is that right stifle bothering her a little bit? So Dr. Bozenjack was going to come and look at them today, and I suspect she's probably going to inject those stifles. Most of the 2-year-olds, when they get to this point, from all the work they've put in, those stifles can bother them a little bit. We put a lot of rubbing and painting into them, but sometimes they need a little injecting, and I think that's probably what you're going to see with Seasons of Love today. And then Brace did put the weight on. Amy was right. We call a spade a spade. We castrated him, and he's been putting weight on and looking good. I trained him a mile and a half. I put belly band hobbles on him and went out and kind of half-assed it. And I said, oof, I really like what I see there. We changed some stuff on his front end, put a little more weight on him, and tightened the belly band hobbles out. And then I went out, went a quarter in 30 seconds with him. I don't really feel, again, I don't see it just looks like an overcast day. It's smoky, right? The air index is not good. So I didn't want to go a full mile with him because he's the type of horse where he does want to, there's no going in 210, right? He'll go slow or he'll go fast. In the middle, he gets frustrated with you. And that's kind of how Brace is. So I just went a quarter in 30 seconds with him and pulled him up. I felt he was trotting very, very good. So I was happy with everybody training today. I was happy with the horses after the sets. Also, Brace and Seasons of Love. I'm happy with what I saw today. Disappointed with Paycheck Princess, but we'll go to work on her. She's just a better horse than that, right? So we'll go to work on her, change some things. But again, have to start with the diagnostics, right? Scope, blood, and then we'll start talking equipment and everything else with her. I know I told everybody this morning insider trading couldn't race. It was just a rule in Pennsylvania. And one of our clients, a couple of our clients, I know had voiced concerns, and one in particular. And I told everybody, you know what, at the end of the day, I too have reservations. When it comes to planning, we planned to have her qualified 3 weeks ago. Right? You guys know we were under the gun. She made a break on me. She made a break on James. We put the hobbles on her. She made a break again, which was really frustrating. Our only option was to qualify her Tuesday. That was her only option. Even if I knew she couldn't race on Saturday, I probably still would have qualified her on Tuesday. I wouldn't have went back and qualified her again at 5 days somewhere, Grand River or something. I wouldn't have done that. So although I didn't know it, and the horsemen that also called me this morning, they didn't know it. They're in Pennsylvania.